Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
College.
Hello, and welcome to Long Stache Readings.
Yay.
Glad to have you here. Thank you for being here. I am okay. We actually started good, and Brian, Blushing Nerd Tarot, is here. Hello. Glad to have you here. So. I am very happy. Richie and I are very happy. Well, here, let me do this. Just to remind you, Long Stache is Longman Tarot and Tarot Stache. And today we are joined by Chris Butler, who on YouTube is Sacred Tarot, and then Ben, who is Beneficial Tarot. And all of the links are below. Today we are doing readings around Yule. And because Richie, we started at Maybon in 2021 for these, correct?
Yeah, it was. Gosh,
so,
that's gone quick, isn't it? Oh.
Yes. And so what we did is on one channel we had a conversation about the Sabbath. And then on the other, we did readings, then we did readings. And so this time we are just doing the readings. So
we're not doing the talk. Well, we'll probably drop a few fascinating facts in.
I think we should, and I think we should start with Ben, because was Ben here last Yule?
No.
Were you here last Yule? Oh, okay.
I don't think we even knew him.
We didn't know him.
I was down some back alley good. No, I wasn't down a back alley good. I was.
Well, okay.
I was partying.
Jeez. All right, let's say hi to some people. As I said, Brian, Blushing Nerd Tarot, is here. Zane, Tarot Toke and Witchery. Hello, Zane.
Hi.
Rose Flower is here. Hello, Rose.
It's a nice picture.
And Chris Kelly McFadden is here. Elemental Cartomancy.
Hi, Chris.
Lorraine Morris is here. Hello.
Hi, Lorraine.
Thank you. Just threw on a little something. And Chris, Elemental Cartomancy, said, I saw the title of this video about a half hour ago and had a massive panic. Thought I'd agreed to something, then forgot. No, I would have gotten you through that. So Gina M is here. Hello.
Hi, Gina.
She's just stopping by. And Lorraine Morris. And then, look who's here, Richie.
Oh, hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly Dozen Cats Wellness and Tarot is here.
She knows what I mean.
And Kelly and I are on Richie's channel on Wednesday.
And if you haven't seen Kelly's recent video when she went out to the store, you have to watch it. It's brilliant and amazing and inspiring and wonderful. So congratulations on that.
Fabulous.
We got to bless you, Ben.
Now, is that? Let me just check.
Marion K. Tarot is here. Hello.
Hi, Marion.
Hi, darling. That means
hello.
That means there's troubles in the room. That's Marion always brings like
trouble brewing.
She just always brings the best and most elegant forms of anarchy into any chat. She's
amazing.
Love it. I love it already.
Bring it.
Not quite as much as you, love, but she's getting there. You know.
I'm willing to support anybody bringing you chaos, Chris. Anyhow, so okay, so Richie, since you brought it up, what is Yule?
Well, my friend, Yule is it's a celebration
Yule.
around this time of the year about the shortest day in the northern hemisphere and the rebirth of. Oh, you got your wheel there. Your son, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hang
At
on,
12
let me see if I can.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Yule.
Nice top.
Yule.
Yule.
Yule. No, I read lots of books about things like this, and Yule, apparently one of the corruptions where Yule may come from is Yule, which is where we get the word jolly from. So the idea of festivity and jolliness, which is basically what's going to happen tonight on this channel.
Of course.
Are we allowed a bit of silliness as well?
Definitely. That's
It's,
part of the Yule
it's compulsory on this live, Chris.
I was just going to say, if you're not providing that, then we will uninvite you.
Yeah.
I shall endeavour to be my least serious then, darling.
There you go.
I don't
Well,
want to be booted out mid-transmission, you know.
I don't. I would never do
I wouldn't
that.
allow it.
I would never interrupt you. Also in the northern hemisphere, Yule is the 21st or the 22nd of December. It's the 21st this year, and it is the longest night.
Yes.
So it is opposite the summer solstice, which is the longest day.
In the southern hemisphere.
In this, yes, and so it's long night or long day in the southern hemisphere. Yes,
and it's a perfect
Debbie,
time to kind of go inward and cozy up and do a lot of reading and spending quiet, reflective time. As you know, I'm a quiet, reflective kind of person, so it's perfect time for me. Yeah,
usually.
Yeah,
usually.
I just choked on my chocolate digestives and my tea.
Well, it's a good excuse for a party anyway.
What does quiet mean
go.
to you, Richie?
Sorry?
What does quiet mean to you? What define quiet?
Quiet. Can I get back to you on that one when I've discovered it?
There you go. Well, so but Richie does the long night is because when we were an agricultural society, because it was winter, we spent all of our time indoors around the fire, and this was oftentimes the time of the year when kids were actually taught in school because they weren't working in the fields. This is where we actually spent all of our time telling stories and being together, because let's face it, we weren't out in the fields working hard. So
yeah,
and
worrying we had enough food and drink to get through the winter.
Yes.
But it's always amazing, I think, that every culture that I've ever read about and today have some kind of festival around this time. Whether it's in the Jewish calendar, we just had Diwali, we've had all sorts of things going on.
Yes.
And even back in Roman times, they celebrated Saturnalia. Chris, I think you would have liked Saturnalia in the Roman times.
I don't know to what you're referring, dear.
It's the kind of thing that you would have liked, I think. There's lots of drinking and schmoozing and being silly, silliness.
I can handle that. Do you think the rest might be a little bit too much for my delicate sensibilities?
I'm sure you'll cope.
I think I might.
So, but you're right, because Hanukkah just started, the Festival of Lights, and there's a lot of things that are going on. So we've had a few more people come in. And well, Debbie Aquarius Owl said, I think silliness is required. And Marion K. Tarot said, I was promised silliness. So we must not
let these people down.
That's right. Ren is here. Hello, Ren.
Hi,
Ms.
Ren.
Tarot D is here. It is so lovely to see you.
Hello.
Lisa Rhodes is here. Hello.
Hello.
Kelly does that now. I don't know if she practices Saturnalia or tells stories. Thank you. And Ben is as cute as always.
Oh, thank you.
So there you go.
Bless you.
So today's we have, I should put down my glass of beverage. What is everybody drinking?
Oh, I'm being thoroughly dully conservative. I've got chamomile tea tonight.
Does it
But
have biscuits in it that fell in? Is that
it has
okay.
has those
All dark digestive.
Oh,
Dark.
yeah, you
Ooh,
like.
dark digestive. Okay.
Good
Yeah.
dark.
Ben, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking some Pepsi Max.
ooh.
Yeah, a bit of fizz to get the night, going.
Okay. Well, okay. Define fizz, Ben.
Well, it's a bit of spark. It's a bit of
A bit of bubbliness.
Okay.
yeah, a bit of spunk.
Oh,
Bit of,
and we have an answer from the lovely Kelly. Sit around the fire telling stories, waiting for warmer
yeah,
weather.
yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, and Kelly did that. She sat through. She had around the fireplace on Friday nights,
Yeah.
late,
they're
and
great,
so
aren't they?
yeah, they're great. Richie, what are you drinking?
I've got a really nice. We have a chain of posh tea shops over here called
Ooh.
Witards, which you can find in any airport that's connected to the UK, I think. But they do a really nice mulled wine tea. So it actually
nice.
tastes like mulled wine, but without the alcohol in it, and it's delicious.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
The only
And
reason
I'm
it's because I'm on a caffeine detox. I started to realize that when you start counting up the number of cups of tea that you have in a day, when you sort of sat at the desk working, and it was sort of coming to about 8 or 9, so which is not good, which kind of says a lot about why I was so wired. So hence the chamomile tea for the time being.
okay.
Get you some nice tea. Good. You're on the chamomile then.
I'm on. I'm rationing myself. I get 2 cups of Earl Grey a day, and then the rest is chamomile.
Okay. And I'm having iced coffee with cream.
Perfect.
And Miriam Bratton is here late because doing some Reiki for my son who fell off a ladder. Oh, good Lord.
Sorry.
Okay.
I do hope he is okay.
Yeah, we do
Oh.
too.
And Kelly did a fire pit in the snow a few weeks ago.
Did.
There you go. So today's reading that we are doing, it's a 4-card reading, and we are. This is what we're. These are the positions. So the first position is we're thinking about this in the terms of holly and ivy. So what needs keeping out? Meaning, like if you were to trim holly, what needs support? As if you were supporting ivy. What is evergreen? And then the message card for 2023. So if you would like a reading, please type in me in capital letters. We'll try to get to as many of those as we can. And what decks are you using?
Ooh.
Or what decks are available?
Right. I've got 3 on the desk, so I can kind of mix round to suit. I've got this was the very first hand-printed copy of the Healing Light Tarot, so I'm using that. I've got my new Marseille-style deck that I've just released, and if I want to mix it up, I just bought one of these, and it's actually really lovely to use. I always vowed I would not go down the route of plastic tarot cards, but these shuffle like a dream. So we might have a bit of pixie thrown in tonight as well. I'll just go from one deck to another, depending on what suits.
I think that sounds good. How about you, Ben?
I have, so I have the Mystic Palette Tarot by Jill Ketty. And then I've got a bit of an oracle. It's called a tarot deck, but it's actually more of an oracle. And I thought, I'll bring this tonight. And I was actually laughing at some of the cards because they're quite funny. Morgan's Tarot. And it's not a tarot
okay.
deck, but I love it. It's quite funny and it's just quick. So I might be using some of those. So there'll be very quick messages from me if I do. But that, and then I did bring out the Merry Christmas Oracle, the Normand.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Christmas.
Nice. What about you, Richie, Mr. Longman Tarot?
Thank you very much for asking. I've gone plain and simple because I only use 3 decks this time of year. I have my winter trimmed and edged in frosty midnight bordering. That's my Druid craft.
Beautiful.
So that one. I have my Santa's Helpers Rider-Waite Smith.
Bye, Kelly.
I have. I've not seen that one. Oh, it's lovely.
No. Hi, Kelly.
The backs are cheerful, like candy canes.
They are.
It's a little twee, but it's what we need this time of year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also got the Goddess Love Oracle, which again is a lovely Oracle deck for this time of year.
Oh, beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I am actually. I have got The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
This is a movie, Ben, that Jeffrey and I watched last night.
Oh my God! You actually watched it?
Yeah, shut up. I'm also have the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. Yule Oracle. I also have the Dream Visions 2.0, and I have the Out of Hand by Jamie Sawyer. And we have Jamie, Wandering Mountain Barded Path is here.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
And Anne Forte is here.
Hi, Anne.
Yay.
Hi, Anne.
And right now on the list, I have Jamie, Debbie Aquarius Owl, Ms. Tarot D, Brian Blushing Nerd Tarot, and Lorraine Wilmers. Did I miss anyone? And by the way, these are for entertainment purposes only, and this is your friendly reminder that science is real. Science is real! Regina's Tarot Wirecraft is here. Hello. Happy Yule.
Happy Yule.
I think everybody should be saying this exactly that way. Science is real!
Yeah, we just couldn't do it with the kind of style that you do it with.
I can't do it like that. I wouldn't. Great copy.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, if you don't even want to try, that's fine. So, but I do. I think everybody should do it. I mean, that's my thing. Science is real.
We're all too conservative while you're just science is real.
Yeah, I'm like going, all right, Ben. So if you'd like a reading, please type in me in capital letters. If you want a specific question answered and you read the description, there is no legal, no medical, that sort of thing. And because Richie is here and this is Long Stache, if you would like to donate for a reading, you can do so following the links in the description. They are what are they again, Richie? Remind me.
The 2 charities. There's the lung charity to do with all sorts of things to do with asthma and people who have breathing difficulties, a lot of research. And the second charity is the forgotten what it's called, Woodland Trust. That's what it's called. And they are to do with preserving the ancient woodlands and the wildlife and the flora and fauna of the trees and forests in the countryside in the UK. So they are amazing charities, both of them.
Beautiful. Oh, and Jackie's Crystal Moon is here. Hello, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Good to see you. And Rose, I have added you to the list. So I think we're gonna start the readings. We're gonna start with Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. And since this is Jamie, I'm pulling out a different deck.
Excuse me, just 1 second. I just got to pop off for 1 second.
Okay, well, we'll talk about you while you're gone. So, but for okay, Miriam wants to add a question. Gotcha, Miriam. Thank you. And
Gerald, it's just Blushing Nerds just said it might be a glitch on my end, but the description isn't showing up. Can we get links for the charities in the chat?
ooh, maybe Richie might be able to do that, or let's see. Here you go.
Fabulous.
There we go. Thank you. If you go on to justgiving.com, fundraising, Longman Tarot, it should all be there. If not, message me on my Facebook and I can send you the links that way.
Why are they not? Why is it not in the description? This is Jamie has put it up there.
Oh, thank you, Jamie.
Jamie has put it up there. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Are
these submissions? Sorry, I've just missed. You haven't moved us around.
I have not moved you around, and
you're in position 2.
All right,
2.
and Jamie is first. Yes.
Okay.
So
sorry, I'm a little behind.
Okay, it may be a glitch on your end, Brian, but it's all good. So, all right. So for Jamie, tell me. I got Jamie's first card. Do you want me to start? And do you want me? I'm going to keep us like this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamie, so what needs keeping out is the 3 of Pentacles. So this is something that I'm feeling, and you know this deck. So 3 of Pentacles, what needs keeping out? It is limit where you spend your time and your finances. So trim the finances and do so carefully, because too many people may be trying to grab for your stuff, including your time and your money and all of your resources. So, Richie.
That follows on very nicely. I have the Fool for you, Jamie. The Fool. Look at this wonderful Christmassy, festive, a Yuleish Fool. There you go. You don't get to say that often there. So what needs support with our Fool? And the new ventures, as you start to think about the turning of the wheel, the start of a new year, all those wonderful things. What needs support is this wonderful new start energy that you have. And don't let January blues or people's comments or people's negativity destroy that wonderful presence that the Fool has of this new birth and excitement and innocence. So make sure you're nurturing that, Jamie, and don't listen to other people that are going to destroy that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mr. Butler.
Well, this follows on really nicely because I've drawn for Jamie the 4 of Pentacles. So the first thing that struck me with this is actually just take post Yule and the new year just to consolidate. You know, if the wheel's turning and you feel that you're moving in a new direction, just look at what you already have. And actually, maybe this is the time to consolidate, strengthen, and to organize. Because the one thing that I really love about this card, sometimes it's given a bad press, you know, as, you know, sort of hoarding or being miserly. But for me, when I designed this, I wanted to show, you know, strength in organization. So, yeah, and I think sort of Yule and winter, it's about sort of gathering your stuff close to you for security. So, yeah, use this new coming year to consolidate. 4 of Pentacles.
Thank you.
Okay. So mine is what is coming in. Message card for 2023. So, Jamie, what's happening? I don't know. So I pulled the Lenormand card. and I got this, which is a gift. So look out for that special gift from somebody in the new year. And I say special because we've got stars up here. So something that might bring you and someone together, but this gift will mean something significant to you. So look out for that.
So 2023 might be the year of unexpected gifts.
Yeah.
Okay. Jamie, thank you. Yeah. Hope that was helpful. And Jackie's Crystal Moon. It's us, so we'll probably be here until about 9 because I ramble. So and Hershey Anderson is here. Hello, Hershey.
Hey.
Hello,
good to see you. And Heather from Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts is here. Lovely to see you.
Tied to you, darling, as well.
And Jamie said, "Thank you all. You're very welcome."
Happy Christmas and see you.
Debbie Aquarius Owl is next. So please avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze as I've rotated. So now we're all in different positions. Richie is in position 1. Chris, you are in position 2. Ben 3, and I'm in 4.
I'm in pole position.
Oh, it's all about the positions, isn't it, tonight?
I'm just going to be so well behaved tonight.
Marion was promised silliness, but Marion did not ask for a reading. So, did Marion ask for a reading?
I don't know whether she did.
No.
Wow.
Marion K. Tarot did not ask for a reading, so
darling.
It's crazy. Like, all right, well.
Probably doesn't trust that I'm not going to pull the Ace of Cups for her again.
So
we were reading this afternoon, and the Ace of Cups kept coming up, and it had quite funny significance. So, so that's probably why she's not asking me for a reading again. Anyway,
there you go. Richie, would you like to be in the embiggened screen?
I'm fine as I am.
All right.
I like this.
All right.
Is it like Celebrity Squares, isn't it? Do you remember that program?
It is.
Oh God, yeah.
Am I ready to go?
Go for it.
Go for it.
What needs keeping out? I pulled this card, Debbie, and I thought, ooh, because you got death. So yes, we often have to keep death out, but let's think a little bit more about that. What needs keeping out is that ending. It is letting go of stuff. So when something actually finally finishes, and it could just be talking about this year, to be honest with you, as we go through a yearly cycle, is just let it go. Absolutely, to coin a famous Disney song. Don't, what you have learnt perhaps may need boxing up and keeping in 2023. We're all very good about taking all these good, wonderful things forward with us, but sometimes we just need to let the stuff go that is no longer serving us, that doesn't want to be dragged into the new year. Just keep it there, and leave it there at midnight on the 31st of December, and start afresh. Start with that rebirth. Death is my
Debbie
card.
said death next
there
year.
You go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, just getting caught up in some stuff. Marion K. Tara said Jupiter moves into Aries tomorrow, so we can all expect gifts and some luck. And Regina said Richie is very satisfied with his position.
I am. I'm very happy about it. Thank you.
And Steve is here. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. And Laura said the giving link is down, Richie.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to turn my mic off and have a look around for it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Chris, you are up, sir.
Oh, yeah.
What needs support?
What needs support? And I've drawn for you the 8 of coins or the 8 of pentacles. So I would say what needs support for next year? Look at, I would say, pay special attention and nurture your skill sets. I always see this not just as work, but as actually the skills and talents that we have that we put to practical use and to practical application. So I would say that is actually probably a real concern for you for next year. Just put some extra special support around, maybe if you're sort of going through a learning process, whether it's a formal one or an informal one, if you're taking on new skills, or even just put some extra time in to nurture some of your existing skills. Prudence is the other side of this card for me. So, it's about careful consideration. Maybe don't storm in, but tread just that little bit more carefully for next year. So I hope that helps. 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles.
Nice.
That's beautiful. And mine is what's evergreen. Sorry, Gerald. Was that about evergreen, about what's going well, what's still good? Is that the thing behind evergreen?
It's the idea of what remains consistent.
Yeah. So I have, Debbie, your mission is not yet complete. So I feel like you've been working on something, and it's a consistent thing that you've been working on. I pulled a tarot card with that, and we have the High Priestess. So that is allowing your intuition to perhaps fulfill that mission that's not yet complete. Listen to your heart, even if it's something that, maybe it's something you need to move on to something else. But I feel with this being the consistent thing, that use your intuition to complete that and follow through with it. I hope that makes sense.
And what I have, and Richie has put the links in the chat, so I'm hoping that will help. So I have no idea what that is. Is that Richie? No. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. And Steve, oh, that's okay. So, all right. So what I have for you for the message card of 2023, I'm going to hide that current comment, is the star.
Oh, wow.
So for 2023, I think an important thing to remember is, and I like what it says here, follow the stars for they know best, not too light, not too dark, a shimmer of what is coming next. So I think I love the idea of a star because it remains consistent. It's there. It flickers a bit, but it is always a shaft of light that appears in the darkness. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, thank you. Okay, and Beth is here, Aspasia Rising. We are just right out of the Dickens. Oh, I am just right out of the Dickens. We were laughing about that. Oh, and Debbie said the star is my astrological card. Well, with that in mind, I would say really lean into your gifts and skills that you're being reminded of. So you're very welcome. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a sip because Ms. Tarot D is next. Avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, and avert your gaze.
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh, darling,
there
you've
you
put me
go.
on top of the pile.
It's the first for everything.
Chris,
isn't
your
it?
top and Rich's bottom. That's interesting.
Nut, anyone? Anyone like a nut while we're here?
Nuts.
Oh,
While you're down there, I wouldn't mind a nut.
Okay. I'm gonna send you one. Ready?
Oh.
Does anyone remember the tea lady from Brief Encounter when she gets embarrassed? And just to deflect attention, she'll just go, "Oh, look, my best Banburys have just gone all over the floor."
Oh my. All right, Ms. Tarot D, this is your question. So, Ms. Tarot D. Oh, and Ms. Tarot D said, "Ready, give it to me, boys." Be careful what you say to this crowd. I mean, this is If everybody likes and subscribes, maybe I'll be able to stay on the internet. And,
Okay. Oh.
All right.
That's interesting.
All right. You're up.
So are we ready? Look what I've
Yes.
drawn again. 4 of Pentacles. Because for this time, it's what needs keeping out. So I would say just be a little bit more open. Don't sort of keep everything close to your chest in the same way. I think as you're going into this new year, maybe this is a little bit more about risk taking than caution. I mean, certainly with this 4 of Pentacles, it really is about keeping things very close in. So yeah, be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit more open. On a personal level, it might be that you sort of, be more open to new connections. On a practical level, maybe be just a little bit more open to risk taking, but then at the same time, make sure that stays in balance. Don't go too much in the other direction. So,
okay.
So 4 of Pentacles for the second time tonight.
There you go. All right, Ben, what do you got?
No, Miss Tarot D, what needs support? So we've got the Valley. So kind of what Chris was saying, keeping things open. The Valley's very, keeping things open, isn't it? And then we've got
Did he freeze?
Sorry,
you froze there for a second, Ben.
I'm sorry. The suspense. So yeah, the Magician, it goes along with that. So you've got all those tools on the table, keeping things open. You've got everything ready. You can really. It's just having the knowledge that you've got everything that you need to do stuff. You've got that support there, basically. You've got everything on the table, and keeping things open on that table. Yeah, that's all I can say about that one. The Valley's put me off. Yeah, thanks, Miss Tarot
I
D.
got for you, Ms. Tarot D, is I got strength. And so what is evergreen is strength. And one of the things about strength is this is about perseverance. And when you look at this card, she is in unison with this lion. Instead of fighting against it, they are sharing their strength with each other. I am feeling a bit you and your honey, perhaps, having strength, as well as you having the ability to focus on what is good about a situation and how to get through it, while also remembering occasionally to take a step back and reevaluate what's going on so that you can adjust appropriately. So I hope that makes some sense for you.
And mine ties in very nicely with what you've just said. I've got reflection, healing, transformation with that one there. And I was going to say pretty much the same there as you said, Gerald. It's about, as you go through the processes of healing and into that next place where the next era that we're going into, make sure that you're taking with you the reflection of the journey as you go, so that it's there. And the healing, and also the crows. I love the crows on this card. So I would go looking for birds in the air. People often associate crows and blackbirds sometimes with the goddess Hecate and other things like that. So I just go looking out for sort of messages with crows as well, and find healing and perhaps do some meditation around that.
Yeah. Ms. Tarot D, thanks for letting us read for you. I hope that helps. I did, let's see, I added, hi, Gertrude. Gertrude is here. Hello.
Hi, Gertrude.
And
Hi, Gertrude.
Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon is here. Hello. And Laura, I did add your question, so that's good.
Oh, I've just noticed. Marion's just said her favorite comfort movie is Brief Encounter. There you go.
Ooh, there you go.
So
that's nice.
Required watching.
I have not seen it.
Oh, darn! It's a lesson in how to behave like a gossiping English tea lady. 1940s.
Okay. And yes, they all make sense, especially when Ben basically called me a big valley hole. There may be something wrong with my AirPods. That's not what I heard. Wow. I am not using my Robin Wood right now, Laura. And well, hello, Nancy Paper Moon Tarot. Good to see you. Good to see you. And next up is Brian, Blushing Nerd Tarot. So you all know the routine. Avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. There we go. So, Chris, have you ever read any Barbara Pym novels? I think you'd like to.
No, I haven't. And actually, that's the second person to recommend her over the last week or so, because somebody else asked me had I read any Barbara Pym. So I will be following that recommendation.
Okay. Well, and I do want to remind everybody who is watching, please like and subscribe to all of my lovely guests' channels. Links are below. Oh, and she said, you must, with capital M-U-S-T.
Oh.
I love E.F. Benson's Map and Lucia novels.
Oh, yes.
Anything like this. So if we're kind of in that same vein, then I probably will.
And by the way, Toadstool Tarot, Robin is here. Hello, Robin. And he has said, with the four of you on screen, there's no way to avert my gaze.
We will try not to offend your modesty. How's that?
There you go. All right. All right. Whenever you are ready, Ben.
I'm doubled.
What needs keeping out? So this is very strange. This is drug dragged.
What deck is that? I am like going, what the hell deck is that? I am like going, dude.
You're not reading Cards Against Humanity again, are you?
Sheesh. I am like going, wow. I invited Ben, and it's like,
we're having words with you later.
Sorry, guys. I mean, these three are all serious, and I'm just enjoying myself. So, drug dragged. But I did pull a tarot to make it very serious. So, what to keep out? We've got the Fool. So that's like not taking chances. Don't take chances with things. The Fool's all about taking those chances, and you're being guided at the moment to think about whatever it is that you're going to do, and that you're doing, and not taking that leap of faith just yet, but really being considered about what things that you're doing, whether it's new projects or anything like that. And don't take that leap of faith yet. Just really think it through. Yeah.
Okay. I am refilling my beverage so that I can hydrate. So Hershey, I have your question. And Anne Forte is here. Map and Lucia, pure genius.
Oh, totally. Gerald, if you've never read them or seen them, they did an amazing TV adaptation in the 80s, but you would love them.
Okay.
So,
all right. So I have for you, Brian, as for the what needs support is the Two of Wands. Your planning is what needs support, because in that planning is when you get extra boost to your energy and your creativity. This is something that I would suggest if you were to, I like how in this, the person is looking through travel brochures, and the travel brochures, I think perhaps you can write down all of the possibilities of the things that you could do and then evaluate them periodically. I think that could be a great deal of help. So what needs support is the ongoing idea of collecting and being inspired by what you come across. So, but thank you. And Richie, you are up next.
Well, this is a little bit spooky here because I also have the Two of Wands, but look who it is.
Oh.
It's Longman. Do.
It's the man himself.
It's me myself. So perhaps, it's me. Perhaps that's what it is. No, let's be a bit serious for a moment. I'm just going to say very much following on from what Gerald said about, a preparation and keeping the energy. For me, this Two of Wands is very much keep that inspiration and that awe that is in your practice. Don't lose sight of that excitement. Don't lose sight of your goals. Don't lose sight of all this thing that is going to open up. Don't be put off by anything, little hurdles that come along the way. I think of this wonderful chalk figure, of which my channel is named after, as not a man walking with two poles or skiing down the hill. He is a pagan god opening up a doorway, and he's pushing open the two parts of that door so that you can continue to walk forward in that one there. So that's what needs what needs keeping evergreen: your excitement and your practice.
Love that. And
the loveliest Two of Wands card ever as well.
Perhaps Brian could contact you about coming on his channel.
Do you know what? I really want Brian on my channel. So yes, please, Brian, contact me, or I'll contact you. But yes, I'd love to do a live with you about stuff and have a catch up.
Look at me. I'm trying to connect people. I mean, and this is just connection. I mean, science is real.
Science is real.
But okay, Chris, you are up.
Right. So, message card for 2023, and this is just really lovely. You have got the Magician. So, there's been a lot of talk of potential with the Two of Wands, but I would say with this, next year is about channeling that potential. I always love with the Magician how you have the inference of divine energy coming from a higher realm and being channeled through the Magician into the physical world. So, I would say grab your opportunities this year, and actually really let this be your year to shine. And actually with the Magician, whenever he turns up for me, this is always about actually more being possible than you ever thought was possible. That's what a Magician does. He sort of seemingly creates out of nothing. He sort of goes beyond normal human limitations. So I would say just take that as your encouragement for next year, and just know that anything is possible. And this is your chance to channel a lot of those things that you've dreamed about into reality. So that is
very good. Thank you. And so linking everybody there. We got ongoing feedback from Brian. Thanks, Ben. Totally makes sense. Yes, thanks, Gerald. Wow. Nancy said, so Richie is named after a pagan god? Of course.
Richie is a pagan god.
Yes.
Which one?
And yes. And he was yes, Richie, about going on channels. So and so you're very welcome. And that's so fitting, Chris. So
would you mind if I just pop out for 1 minute? Are you all right?
That's fine.
Okay?
Go ahead. We're going to avert the gaze because you're right exactly where you should be, and Ben needs to be there. So there you go. So you're welcome. And okay, so I have Lorraine, Rose, Miriam, Laura, Sylvie, and Marion K, and Hershey is what we have.
Oh, fabulous.
So, while Richie's gone, I'm going to unstar some of these. Thanks for everybody who's watching. Lorraine Morris is up. Let me make sure I have all of that. All right.
I'm going to actually in my spare time, I'm going to get Ben to give me a reading with that deck.
It's great.
Is there a shitstorm card in there? Everything else, isn't there?
There's all sorts in this deck, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just all like, I'm like going, wow. And what deck is that again, Ben?
It's called the Morgan's Tarot, and it's not even a tarot, is it? Really? Let's face it.
No,
It's nothing to do with tarot,
Sheesh.
but it's called Morgan's Tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Lorraine, are you still here? So
Hopefully, it's not the deck.
hopefully, Ben hasn't scared Lorraine off. So,
Fantastic.
but all
Are
right.
we this is the position, or I keep messing people up. Are we in position?
We're in
We
position.
are in position.
We're
We are
all
in
ready.
position.
We
We're
are
all
in
ready.
position.
All right. So, Lorraine, what I have for you from, of course, Lorraine is still here. We have not scared Lorraine off. This is from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and this is the 9 of Candles. And with this is here's something that what needs keeping out. When you put things that are combustible too close to each other, be careful. Make sure you give proper distance to the things that you're working on, because sometimes things can be, they can look pretty, but then all of a sudden they can go up really hot in flames. So I would suggest planning carefully. Making sure it's like if you're having a dinner party and you're inviting guests, you want to make sure that you put the right person next to and across from the person who's going to best benefit. Keep that in mind as you are, be planful. Don't be haphazard. So plan a little bit. That's the nutshell. Richie, you are up next. Are you ready?
I can do, yeah.
All right, there you go.
I have the Ace of Cups for you. Look at this. I love it. It's a cardinal bird, isn't it? Yeah. What needs support? So your emotions need support through the year, and that's really important as we go into the solstice and the darker time. We get so caught up in doing all the jobs and the things that go on at this time of year that our nerves can get really frayed, and you can end up saying things to people that you don't mean just because you're stressed out or fed up. Or today I was standing in a queue buying something it took 10 minutes, and by the end of it, the lady on the till was lovely, but I just wanted to bite her head off by the end of it for no other reason apart from my own frustration. So just pay attention to your emotions. Because this can be a lovely time to re-engage with people that you haven't perhaps seen for a little while. If you're going to, you may get a Christmas card, and it's that opportunity to reach out and bridge that relationship again if you feel like it has gone a little bit wayward. So there's a lot of energy for looking after yourself, but also using friendship and relationships around you to help that, because you are entitled to be happy at this time of year, even though the world sometimes feels like it's conspiring against you.
Yes. There was a question, Richie. What is that deck?
This is Santa's, no, what's it called? I have to go and dig the box. It's
Santa's Helpers.
Santa's Helpers, isn't it? Yeah. I can't remember who the maker is with it.
Tarot Collectibles.
Thank you very much, Tarot Collectibles.
Did you know Ben is a collector?
Of tarots.
Say.
Yes, you don't say. Okay, Chris, you're up next.
So
there you go. Position 3.
Position 3.
Yeah.
God, I'm losing track. Okay, so that makes sense. What is evergreen? Okay, now this seems like an odd draw because I've drawn the 10 of Wands, but I think what this says to me is just it always comes back to 2 things. 1, go easy on yourself. 2, look at the responsibilities and the burdens you're carrying and make sure that the weight is distributed evenly.
Oh, nice.
You know, because I think whenever this comes up, it always points me to the fact of, all the really heavy duty, stressful stuff that we can go through, and particularly over this time of the year. So yeah, go easy, and whatever burdens you're shouldering, shoulder them carefully and shoulder them evenly. And actually, maybe it's time to hand some of those burdens over to someone else, or you might have to put them down for a while, have a rest, or just put them down so you can pack them up a little bit better and carry them a bit more efficiently. So that is, to me, that's a cardinal rule, not just for this year, but for every year.
Lovely. Thank you. Ben, you were up next. And
Okay.
the lovely Pamela Batchelor put in, it's the Winter Weight Santa's Helpers from Tarot Collectibles. Thank you, Pamela.
Yes.
Hi, Lori
Lorraine.
Tries Life.
Lorraine. So I have got for next year, Far Out. So the sky's the limit next year. Far Out, girl. That's likely. But I did pick you a tarot card, and we have the Ace of Cups there. And you know, I think that it's a beautiful card, that is. And I think I feel like the Ace of Cups is about new relationships coming in. You know, emotional relationships. It's all about the emotions, isn't it? The cups and the water kind of thing. So I think it's new things coming in emotionally that might be emotionally charged, perhaps unexpected with that Far Out card. The sky's the limit with things like that. So be prepared to be surprised possibly by relationships next year. Yeah.
Very nice.
Kind of,
yeah.
Very nice. And Laura actually add 1 and 0 equals 1 for 10. So, okay. So I am, okay, Ben was there. So hang on. Boom, boom, boom. I'm chatting. Avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. There we go. That was easier to do. Hershey said,
number 1 again.
You're back on top. Hershey's loving the energy here. And so
I'm really enjoying it.
So we just did Lorraine. Rose Flower. Can I get a reading for 2023? Rose Flower. Hello. Of course. So I'm supposed to be using this deck. Lorraine said, "Oh, lovely. Will do. Thank you, Ben."
If I end up swearing and you see cards flying all over the place, I haven't quite got used to this yet. They're glorious, slippy plastic, and they shuffle like a dream. But one of these days, I'm just going to shuffle too hard, and they're just going to all.
Yes, yeah. Well, okay.
This broadcast.
And if that happens, trust me, I will embiggen you, and we will all watch while you pick up the cards.
Darling, it's so nice for me to know that you will make me feel small.
No one can ever make you feel small, Chris. What were you saying, Ben?
No, I was just saying plastic. Are you finding plastic quite slippery then?
You know, I always thought plastic decks. That's really awful. You know, never use one of those. And of course, I bought this on a whim in October, and it's just the easiest deck I've ever had because it shuffles like a dream. You know,
everybody look at what Richie's doing. He's looking at us going, would you two, you three just settle down. So, and Lorraine said, thank you guys. A lovely, wise, collective message. So
this is Rose Flower with a lovely picture. Okay, so I've got for you to start off with the 8 of Pentacles. What needs keeping out? Well, I'm going a little bit more general on this one, because 8 of Pentacles is about refining your skills and your work and your resources, and it's quite sometimes a little bit of a boring card for some people because it just means getting on with the job and getting the thing done in some places. So I'm just wondering if this kind of is going to summarize your year of 2023, or perhaps it's the start of 2023. What needs keeping out? Well, I think perhaps the attitude I've just said about it is that these jobs do need actually doing, particularly in January. You need to balance the sheets, the cash sheets after Christmas and all of that stuff there. So I just think be prepared for the fact that you might have just a bit of work to do. Not quite sure what that will be. It might be a little bit mundane, but my goodness, once the skills have been learned and the sheets have been written, you're going to take off with it, because the skills that you're learning or will be refining are going to be really important to take you into the new year.
Very nice. Chris, are you ready?
I am. So card number 2. So not an easy card, but what needs support? What needs support for this coming year is that wonderful, amazing, generous, but sometimes vulnerable heart of yours. So just again, this is a be kind to yourself card through the course of the coming year. There will be ups and there'll be downs, but this, I think people's heart always sinks when this card's drawn, but this is sort of number 3 in a sequence out of 10. And I think the overriding message in this for me is that, you know, if there's heartache or difficult times, they will pass. And actually, sometimes these kind of struggles are just something that you've got to flow through rather than resist. But again, this is another be gentle to yourself card. And really on the deepest level, you know, whatever complications or struggles or heartaches hit you next year, just be gentle to yourself and realize that actually you yourself and that big heart of yours needs some support and needs some care and needs some nurturance. So there we go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Ben, you are next.
Thank you. So what is evergreen? And this actually goes quite well with what Chris had said. I know that card doesn't make sense to anybody, but
and Rose Flowers said, "Okay, Chris, to be nice, yes, and to honor themselves, yes."
So, sorry, Rose. I do apologise that this card looks horrendous, but it's actually what it means to me is it's about building blocks. And I think what's evergreen with you is that, and it following on from what Chris said, is that you are able to build blocks from experiences that you've had. You're able to get over things. You process things in a good way. And I pulled the Queen card with that. So whatever it is you're building blocks with, whether that's a relationship or maybe that's a new project, you're very decisive and you know what you want. I always think the Queen of Wands is quite a confident lady. She cuts through stuff, you know, she knows what she's doing, where she's going, and I think that's what's evergreen for you, being able to build on past experiences and being decisive with your actions. Yeah.
Okay. So the message card for 2023 for you, Rose, is the King of Cups. And in this card, we have someone who is really paying attention to you and is looking at you and helping to care for your emotions. This sometimes when I see this card, I think of a therapist. And, you know, for entertainment purposes only, don't be afraid to ask for help when things get tough. Ask it. Ask for help. What are you holding up, Ben?
Oh, I was just saying, Beth. She was just asking which one it was. That one.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, Rose, I would say, don't be afraid to ask for help from people who can be around to offer. Because the other thing is in the Yule Oracle, I got perseverance, and this is a card of feeling a little bit alone, a little bit on the outside. So don't be afraid to reach out because you can feel alone and you can be alone, but you never have to be lonely per se. People reach out. People can be around to help. So, Rose, I hope that makes some sense to you. Thank you. I'm going to put us all back like this. And Laura added with the 3 of Swords was, I recently heard there is no blood seeping from the heart.
No, and that's something I haven't thought of, but yeah.
Yeah. And so Kiba is here. Hello, Kiba. Gertrude, I sent you a message. I sent you an email So to want you to follow up with that, if in case I missed anything. And Roseflower said all of the messages resonated. I'm very happy. All right, Ms. Tarot D needs to take a nap. It's difficult to be so gorgeous and to be vertical. So lay down. You know, take us to bed with you, dear. There's
Yes,
4 of us.
do.
So it's all right, you know.
In bed with Miss Tarot D. That sounds quite good.
Darling, just
There you
remember
go.
Frankie Howard's saying at this stage. Frankie Howard always used to say, 2's company, 3's tiring.
Wow.
Judge Gerald's lost for words.
No, I'm just like, I was just looking that Miriam is next, and I am going to put Avert Your Gaze. I think Ben's there. Longman Tarot is there. There we go. And so, okay, the 3 of us like-minded folk are going to open a storefront selling crystals, reading tarot, and selling CBD. What do the cards say?
Right.
And just so that you know, for entertainment purposes only. And remember, science is real.
Real.
So, all right. So
So
when you are ready, Chris, let me know, and I'll pop you in the. I'll embiggen you, Chris.
Oh, darling, go for it. I'm ready.
Oh, sorry.
Fabulous. So, what needs keeping out? Now, this is interesting. 6 of Swords. So, in the light of what the question you've just asked, I think this is very much a case of move forward, but it's also a case of, intuitively what's coming to me is move forward, but look at what you've got to leave behind. Because I always see this card as a card of moving from stormy waters into safer waters, or moving from, maybe difficult circumstances into more positive circumstances. So I would say in your new venture, look at where you're going, but also be aware of the fact that actually that's going to involve a lot of change, and it might involve some sacrifice, or it might involve leaving certain things or certain people behind. So again, as Gerald says, for entertainment purposes only, but think about the progression of the journey that this is going to take you on, where it's going to lead, and what do you envisage taking with you? What do you envisage leaving behind? So there we go.
Excellent. Ben, you are next. Are you ready?
Yes. So the weird card first. So I've got down home funk.
What is it?
I'm looking at Chrissy's face. I'm laughing.
I'm actually having a reading from you with this deck. Yeah.
So to me, what needs support, Miriam? I feel, and it kind of feels unreally, that is there a bit of like a down about this? I'm not quite sure whether this is the right thing to do. I feel there's a little bit of to and fro, a bit of procrastination around this idea. And I've pulled the tarot card, which is the Ace of Wands, which is all about that passion, really wanting to go for this. I feel like perhaps what could do with a bit more support is getting that passion, really wanting to go for this, not worrying too much about things and procrastinating about it. I think the idea is really to kind of get things together and just go for it. And I feel like you just need uplifting in some way there. And it made sense really with the down home funk. There's something that's pulling you down about this decision, perhaps that you're not sure of. But for me, this is about wanting to get your passion back for that, and it's finding that passion again for you in order for you to move forward and propel you into what you want to do. So yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, and so I am next, Miriam, who I got the Page of Needles, and this is Lock, Stock, and Barrel. And the Page of Needles suggests, as it relates to your question about like-minded people opening a storefront, selling crystals, reading tarot, and selling CBD, what is evergreen? The 3 of you get along very well. the warning is perhaps that the way one person thinks is the best way may not be the best way. So there needs to be what's evergreen is the three of you need to keep each other in check and to make sure everything is in order so that there is no deception about what's going on. This card feels, maybe it's probably because of these characters in the movie, that it feels a little deceptive. So I would say, what's evergreen? Keep each other in check. So, and Richie, you are up.
I'm going to have to slap Ben in a minute. I'm sorry. Did you see what he's doing? He's making me laugh. He's trying to make us all giggle.
Is he trying to look over the thing?
I couldn't see. He was covered by Miriam's question. So it's like every time Gerald puts that up, then it's got to kind of go up for me to see him. So that's why I'm not like.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be really professional then, not to laugh, but I'm ignoring all of you now. Right. 2023 message. I've got stillness. Be calm and quiet. It's really difficult when you're, opening up a store and going through all that business and advertising and getting the message out there to think I need to be still and quiet. But there are times where particularly if you're in a group of people, don't necessarily not pick your fights, but know when your comments are going to be useful and know when to let other people say their piece, whether that actually takes you forward or keeps you where you are. But I think you're very wise, and just remember the stillness that goes in there, particularly doing all these wonderful things. Crystals, I saw crystals, someone selling crystals. I need to be there. I need to be there on opening day with you. Really, what we're trying to say here. It's about finding that stillness and knowing when it's appropriate to move forward, which is what a lot of the reading's been about. And when it's appropriate, just to keep things to yourself and ground yourself.
Excellent. Thank you. And let's get everybody back together because Jane the Seeker is here. Hello. Good to see you, Jane. As well as Julie Kushia Watts is here.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
And Ben, you were making Hershey laugh. So
really naughty tonight, Ben.
Yes. Next up, we have Laura, we have Sylvie, we have Marion, and Hershey. And Laura's question is work and career. And so let me put everybody, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. There you go.
Oh.
So. And just getting caught up in the chat. And Miriam said, thank you so much, gentlemen. Wise words. You're welcome. And I do appreciate you being here. And I appreciate reading for you. So when you are ready, Ben, please let me know and I will embiggen you.
Hang on a second. There with. Just one more to pull.
Are you overachieving again, Ben? Here, I'll use this. I'll use, these are for entertainment purposes only. And please remember today's catchphrase, science is real. I'm embiggening you, Ben. There you go.
What needs keeping out, which is a weird one because it's to do with work and it's keep up the good work. So what needs keeping out is a bit of a strange. And then we've got the Fool. So again, this was the card that someone actually had earlier. And it was kind of like, I think these guys are naughty. Sorry, they're putting me. The Fool is what needs keeping out is not taking those chances. Kind of like, being really thinking about what it is. If it's a career change, possibly, it might be asking you to really think about that before you take that leap of faith. So just be careful if you are making any kind of big decisions about work with that one. And it may be that keep up the good work is that your actual job at the moment is going well. If you are considering a career change, so maybe you need to think about that, but I'll leave that thought with you.
I'm going to add, Jane the Seeker said, I see keep your work life and home life separate, the wall in that card.
Yes.
So, all right. So I'm up next. So Laura, working career, what I have for you is the Four of Pentacles. What needs support? You need to make sure that that you're using your money wisely. This is very much a need to, if you work in finance, to make sure the books are clean and that everything is in order and that you keep up with it. That feels very important. So as you are working with this, take time to, with the Four of Pentacles, and we've had this card a couple of times, right, Chris? You had it twice. So this is the card about what needs support is what you do with your resources, including your money, your physical being, and the resources around you. So, and I like, I'm always reminded that money is energy. And so as you hold the energy close, hold the energy close so that it can build. Give it a foundation so it can stay solid. And so Richie is up next.
Well, I love what Jane has put in the chat, because what is evergreen? I've got for you the Four of Wands. And for me, this card represents the home front. The fact here that this celebration, this family grouping, this fire that pulls everyone together is empty. They're either inside the hut or they're out in the fields, or they're doing whatever it is. There's a reminder that your home is always there. The people around you that you call your family will always be there. But at times you have to call upon them, even in the easiest of careers. They need to be your sounding board. They need to be your cushion sometimes. And remember that as well, because it's very easy to come home from work every day and take it out on our loved ones and not actually deal with it when it's at work. So just remember how important your home is in your career and your work in 2023. And just appreciate that.
Well said. And Richard, that's the second four we've had.
Yeah.
I had a 4 and you have a 4. Yeah. So Chris, bring us home, sir. What's the message card for 2023?
The card for 2023 is, it couldn't be better. The Sun.
Woo!
Hey.
I think just bask in it. I mean, to me, this is kind of one of the most straightforward cards in the deck. Warmth, light, positivity. It kind of just, if a card like that turns up, it kind of feels like it's saying, this is your year. This is your time to shine, is the other message of this. So, yeah, I think just grab the positivity as and where it shines on you. So there you go.
I like that. That's good.
I'm loving that. We're getting movements from Ben as well.
Backing dances now.
Yeah. Very Pam's
there
people.
You go. There you go. And Beth said, I feel like I'm in my high school algebra class, and you four are the ones who sat in the back and made everyone laugh. So,
like
Peter J. Watts is here. We're the Breakfast Club.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Peter J. Watts was assembling a snowblower for his son while he is at work. And
I misread that. I thought he was assembling a snow globe. I was really impressed there.
Karen Johnson is here. So, hello. And
Karen.
Laura said, using money wisely is not my strong point. Well, and Peter J. Watts asked me if there's a horned one behind you. Oh, wow. Ms. Mims is here. Hello.
Hi.
And So, yeah, okay. I hope so. Two stability cards and the sun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sylvie is here. Sylvie, are you here? Sylvie? And while Sylvie is here, I will rotate people around. So please avert your gaze. Please avert your gaze. Please avert your gaze. There you go. I think that worked. Okay. Sylvie is here. Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. And so after Sylvie, we have Miriam and then Hershey, and that's it. We are booked for readings. I've got to let these lovely people go. So, oh, I'm first. Oh, crap. Okay. I should probably start. I'm thinking of this. I'm thinking of this. You know, the horned one behind me, and I keep wanting to pull this up.
Oh, I want one.
You know, I'm the props guy. So
Watch out! You've got the teachers there.
let my people go. All right. So Sylvie, let's see. I'm going to embiggen myself, and I'm using the out of hand. Sylvie. That means keeping out. So this is the stuff you need to do some trimming for.
Oh.
All right. I got temperance. And so what needs keeping out is it possible that you sometimes overcomplicate things? Instead of taking the easy way and the straightforward way, you perhaps overcomplicate it. So what I might suggest is what needs keeping out is over mixing things. It's like when if you ever bake, if you bake and you over mix cream, then it goes from whipped cream to butter. So so be very careful on how much you mix things. So, all right. And Richie is up next. Thank you.
Oh, I second. Okay, I can do second. That's fine. That's fine.
What did you think you were?
I thought I was 3, but never mind. We can do second. So
sorry.
I've got for you. Here it is again.
Oh, look at this.
4 of coins, 4 of pentacles. So what needs support? I'm going to say finances. I'm just going to put it down to that fact and resources. I would just make sure that you're keeping enough with you to see you through times when the money might not be flowing quite so freely. And about this character here, he's all wrapped up. He's got quite a dark cloak on. He's riding out the storm. He's getting covered in snow, but he's actually prepared for that storm. He's wrapped up. His scarf is blowing, but he's still hanging on really tight to his resources and finances. And so that's the message there. Where do you need the support? Just make sure that you are, checking everything through and holding on to savings, not frittering stuff away. Just keep it close to you.
Beautiful. Chris, I have you for number 3.
Fabulous. So, what's evergreen? The Ace of Cups.
Oh,
So
look at that.
Be open. What matters most and what matters always is being open. Whether the cup is being offered to you, whether you're reaching out to somebody else, stay open to connection. And I think it's through connection that we stay healthy, we stay alive, and we don't, that's what keeps us from stagnation. And it's also what keeps us from loneliness. So there we go. What's evergreen? Ace of Cups.
Nice. And then we have Ben.
Okay, so message card for 2023. So what's happening? We've got drink gold, which I know doesn't make sense, But with the Ten of Cups, it does, because it's about drinking in all that atmosphere of the Ten of Cups. And this is a very emotionally charged card of happiness, I always see this as. So for 2023, I really think it's about, being in that emotional state of mind with family, being happy with family. If you've got pets, having those pets around you and having a really happy, stable family life, I see for 2023, and keeping that momentum going with that drinking gold, enjoying yourself, having good times, and being with those that you love.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm putting us all back together. And if I can do this properly, okay, avert your gaze, because Richie will be in position 1, Chris in position 2, Ben in position 3. Thank you, Sylvie. Ms. Mims said, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you letting us read for you.
Thank you.
And Peter J. Watts said, I always see the 10 as community. So I agree. And Marion K. Tarot is next. And please remember, early on, she was promised silliness. Marion, we will do our best for you. And then Hershey, you are next. So I hope you were still here, Hershey. So,
right.
Yeah. So.
Should I go?
Go for it.
Sure.
Okay, I have the 4 of Cups for you, Marion. What needs keeping out? Disappointment and frustration, I think, what's going on there. Just remember that there is always, we always see this person staring at 3 cups falling over, and they're not looking for the extra cup that's always there. So what needs keeping out? Try and lift your spirits. Try and look for that extra sparkle, that thing that is always there, the cloud with the silver lining. It may not seem it at the time, but try and remember that it's always there and go searching for it.
Very nice. Chris, you're up.
Darling, 7 of Cups, what needs support? So this says to me that actually, as this year closes and the coming year opens up, this is all going to be about making choices and actually making decisive choices. One of the things that always strikes me with the 7 of Cups is to sort of make the choice before the vision disappears. And sometimes those choices can be bewildering, because each one of those is good. Each one of those could give us something. But yeah, I think it's actually going to be about making decisive choices this year. That's going to be the thing for you. So there we go, 7 of Cups.
Very nice.
And
Ben,
just
what?
to qualify before I go, I don't have any channeled messages about plumbers. Marion will know what I mean.
Marion, you're in the right place at the right time is all I can say, because there's nobody here but us folk. So that's good. And this is the 3rd time I've pulled this card tonight. It's the Fool, and I think he's trying to tell me that I'm the fool tonight. These are all agreeing next week. But no, the Fool, what's going right? Having that carefree attitude, Marion. I feel like this card is telling you to, keep having that attitude of just going out there and doing what's right for you, and not giving a care in the world about what other people think, but just being you and having fun with it. I hope that makes sense.
I like that.
That's a great card, Ben. Peter J. Watt said. And okay, Marion. So what I got is I pulled 2 cards for the message for 2023. I got the Tower. Sorry about that. Where unexpected things disrupt your foundations. But then I got Temperance, which is about balance and using that as an opportunity to create something brand spanking new. And it's my channel, so if I offend you, I'm sorry, but you can be fucking awesome, because now you have to intuitively decide what resources you have available to you, and you're going to put them together in a new way, and something unexpected is going to show up. So this is very much a card of an energy shift, and feeling that that you're creating something brand spanking new, something that didn't exist before, and it now exists because you made it so. So there you go.
That is spot on. One thing I can tell you is she is fucking awesome. So that is
there you go. Oh, and yeah, and I love it. Snap. And for those of us, you know, you were awesome, bitch. Own it. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gerald,
change is what?
Gerald, what's that second deck of yours? Because it's beautiful.
This one?
Yeah.
This is the Dreams Visions 2.0.
Okay. God, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yep. And Peter J. Watch said change is exciting. And that's the thing. You have to keep the excitement in while all this is going on, because it can be overwhelming, but it can be exciting. And so I hope that made sense. I hope that helped. I hope that we delivered silliness to you. And Hershey is up. Hershey.
Blind spot.
And are you all okay staying right where you are?
Yeah, I can do that.
Ben and Chris are on the bottom.
Darling, couldn't possibly
On the
come.
bottom bunks tonight.
Are we sharing a bunk, darling?
Yes, of course we are, darling. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hershey. Okay, see now Hershey's nervous.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Marion K. Taro said, OMG, guys, thank you so much. The tower is one of my birth cards. So I'm all good. All made total sense. Lovely. Oh my gosh. I was sitting here, I'm like, well, who are we waiting for? We're waiting for me because I'm first. Okay.
Get the party started, bitch.
I'm trying to be nice to Hershey. Sheesh. Okay, well, I'll start with this. So, Hershey, what I have, what needs keeping out? Here's what needs keeping out. This is the 9 of Cups, and here this is an interesting one, because this is that idea of what needs to be trimmed. Don't think of yourself as the only person who caused this happiness that you have and these this sense of emotional satisfaction. It was because other people were around. So don't let yourself feel isolated. Instead, look for the ways to include others in the things that bring you emotional satisfaction. I think that, yeah, I'll just stick with that. It's just that, yeah, you know, don't just stay by yourself. Get out, say hi to other people, share that. So, and Richie, are you up next? Oh, Richie,
I am. Yeah.
Sorry.
So, what needs support? I've got for you the lovely Queen of Wands, Hershey. Look at her. She's a bit blurry. Let's pull her back a bit. Well, I don't know whether this is actually referring to perhaps somebody in your life who actually may be needing support. There's a point here, but I'm going down the road that this card represents you. And if that's the case, then the support comes in control. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is constantly in control. They make looking in control seamless and easy. They are able to do everything all at once fantastically without breaking a sweat. They're busy supporting, preparing, doing everything to make everyone else happy, complete, and, like I said, in the supportive role. So what needs support? Perhaps if you're feeling that you are under pressure to perform, whether that's at work or in your social life or in your family life, just remember that you need to find some time for that one, because the Queen of Wands is a fiery character. You can't afford to let that fire get out of control, and at the same time you can't afford to let that fire die.
Perfect. All right, Chris, you're up next. Thank you,
So,
Richie.
what is evergreen? Now, it's interesting because I actually went to pick one card and two cards came out the deck. So I'm going to give them both. So, Two of Cups and yet again, Eight of Coins, Eight of Pentacles has turned up. So what's evergreen? I think first and foremost, connections, people connections. If you've got blind spots that need to be worked on, it's the people that are close to you that very often will be able to point out what you can't see. So value those connections, nurture them. Nurture those one-on-one relationships, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, whether it's business. They're the people closest to you that can see clearly when you can't. And when this came up with it, again, it was the kind of word nurturance that came with it. I was sort of thinking about, we've had this card a couple of times already, you know, and it's been about, I mean, in its most practical sense, you know, using your talents, putting your talents to best use to create. But then it's also about prudence. And it's funny, when I picked this, all I could see was the Thoth card with the beautiful plant with, you know, the pentacles as flowers. And again, I thought, yeah, nurture your connections, you know, water the plant of your connections and let it grow. You know, I think what this was saying to me was make safe space for your relationships. That's actually what the evergreen principle is in your life at the moment. So there we go. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups.
Beautiful. Ben, bring us home. Bring Hershey home.
So message card for 2023, the dream.
Ooh.
And I have the magician card again. And I feel for this, Hershey, you talk about blind spots and stuff, but I feel with this, whatever blind spot you've got, or if there's anything issues that come of like because of the blind spot, that you're able to handle it. You know, you've got the tools at your disposal to handle any kind of situation that, you know, you're worried about or anything like that. I've also, from the Oracle deck, got the knife. So it's being able to cut through any crap or rubbish in your life, you know, and really manifesting what it is that you want, whether that's in a relationship or a work project.
Okay.
2023 dream.
Okay, you froze there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Did I? I'll keep freezing things.
So, Hershey, thank you. Hershey had said, Peter J. Watt said, nice, Richie. And Hershey said that was deep. And who didn't see this coming at all, definitely hitting home. So, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And where is this? I have to make that stop. There we go. Thanks for being here. I know we need to, Richie has something amazing that he has to do here shortly. So, Richie, do you have anything coming up on your channel you want to tell people about?
Yes, on Wednesday I am with a certain tarot Stache and the lovely Kelly from Dozen Cats, and we're doing solstice shenanigans. Can't talk. Solstice shenanigans. We're just having a get together to do some solstice Yule things, pull a few cards, and that's at 5 o'clock British time, whatever that is in US time.
Noon Eastern.
Thank you.
So
come along and join.
Yeah, I think people should join. Ben, what do you got coming up?
So I just can't get enough of reading. So I'm back on tonight with Tanji, doing some readings on my channel at 10 o'clock, which is late night readings. And then tomorrow I'm on with Heather and Tanji, doing more mini Yule readings. So yeah, that's me.
Nice. Chris, what do you got coming up?
I'm sort of slowly winding down towards Christmas, so I don't think I've got anything else on YouTube this week, but I'm kind of tying up loose ends with new projects. So the aim for me is that over the Christmas holidays, I will be working on another deck revision, and hopefully at some stage in the new year, said deck will find its way to makeplayingcards.com. So I will actually be posting some updates on my channel as and when. And then hopefully you darling boys will hopefully get an invite onto my channel in the new year. How does that sound?
Wonderful.
It sounds good because Peter J. Watts called us the trifecta, the Fab Four.
Fabulous.
So love that. Tomorrow, Jane the Seeker is on my channel for Back and Forth with Jamie and Gerald, and she's asking us the questions. So lots of love. Hershey said, thank you all for the energy and the read. I'm very grateful. And Peter said, congratulations.
Oh,
and yeah, with that, we're going to say goodbye. Everybody take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.